Hey everyone, Darren Walsh here, and I want to bring you another COVID-19 hack. And look, while we're sort of in this area of disruption, it's probably a good idea to start thinking about what you want your business to do for you. And by understanding that, you can actually understand, well, how many sales do I actually need? And how many clients or customers does that need? How many transactions do I need to have in order to hit that goal? But where most people start is they just start with dollars, and they pull a number out of some place, the proverbial, and they say, okay, well I'm going to turn over this amount, and I'm going to allow this much for expenses. And then I'm going to end up with this much at the bottom. And normally that is how much they pay themselves, or what they see as their own compensation. And normally that is much less than what they expected. But that sort of has made a lot of people pretty unhappy with how their business works. What we really want to do is we want to start from the bottom and work up. So let's have a look at this. Get rid of that little smiley face. And what we want to do is we're going to start with, what do you actually want from business? Like what you pay yourself is different to the profit that your business is designed to generate for you, because the profit for your business is your compensation for the risk that you're taking. Oops. So what we want is we want to start down here, and we're going to say this is our profit, all right? And this is how much, if the business returned, it's not how much you pay yourself, but if the business returned this amount of money, it would keep you pretty happy, all right? And that's what we want for you. We want you to be happy, all right? Now, to understand how we get to that profit, how much revenue you need, you first need to understand your expenses. And expenses are those things that are the cost of doing business. All right? And then we have a thing called cost of goods sold. Now, cost of goods sold is the materials and the expenses, like the costs, I shouldn't use the word expenses, but the costs that you incur in order to provide your product or service. And then, of course, you have your revenue. So if you know what your profit is and what your expenses are, then this here becomes gross revenue. And if we know what our cost of goods are, or what our normal GP is from our products, so this the difference between what our revenue is and what our cost of goods is as a percentage, is gross profit percentage. All right. So that's revenue. Let's just make sure you understand that. So hopefully this is not getting too complicated. So, oops, hold on, let me do that over here. Our revenue, minus COGS divided by revenue. Alright, hopefully you can read that. Writing's pretty bad. That'll give you GP percentage. So all you have to do then is say these this is my gross revenue. So how many dollars do I need to turn over, right, with at my GP percentage to equal the gross revenue? And what that means is, if you work that out, you can understand, okay, how much this number needs to be here. How much your revenue needs to be to hit this number here. And that number will include all of your expenses, what you pay yourself, what you pay your administration staff, and your profit. And therefore, you'll have profit in your business. And that profit is there in order to hit the target to make you nice and happy. Right? So now you become nice and happy because you're hitting the profit that you want. Now, a lot of that, to work all this out, there's a few other things you need to know, like how much a sale is, how many times people buy, all that sort of stuff. But that is, when the people I've worked with, this is one of the most common mistakes they make, is they don't understand how to calculate this gross revenue here, and so therefore they're always falling short and they're not getting the return for the effort they're putting in. So hopefully that helps. Maybe it was a little bit confusing. I'm not sure at what level you're at with understanding finance in your business, but any issues I'm willing to help you with. So if you liked it, give us a big thumbs up down underneath this in the comments. Subscribe to this COVID hacks, and if you've got any questions, comment below. And what I'd like to really help you understand is how do you get that profit that you really deserve, and make sure that you're actually getting a return. When all this is over, you don't go back to the old ways where you're not getting all the money that you thought you would have and the return that you thought you would have. You actually get something that you feel is worth all the effort that you're putting in. So hopefully that helps, and look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Cheers.